I've always been a dog person. However, I met Juno in 2008. She was very sick. We estimated at that time that she was probably about 2 months old. I got her in January. She was full of pneumonia. I ended up having to take her everywhere I went because she was so sick, and we were up late nights and, running the shower, trying to, help her breathe. Everywhere I went, Juno went with me at that point in time, and that's how she became so friendly and meeting up with everybody. And at that point, I knew that I was going to be keeping Juno. Many years ago, my mom had gotten sick and she actually had to be in a rehabilitation center. She really wanted to see Juno. And at that point, all of the patients there were really receptive to her. So we went and we got Juno to be a certified therapy dog, and at that point is when she started visiting hospitals and senior centers, and then she became a pause to read dog, so she went into the libraries and let the kids read to her, and she really seemed to enjoy it. She loves the attention, so she's really good at her job. I always like to say that Juno has her paws in a little bit of everything. She's actually known as the little dog who does big things. Some of the things that we do in and around Worcester County is we collect school supplies for Worcester and Warren schools, helping out lower income students, and we also collect food and things for the backpack program. So we like to help out and give back a little bit that way. And one of the other things that we started last year was we started the Speak Up campaign, which draws the connection between animal violence to human violence, and how more social service workers should start working with animal service workers and help out in different fashions that way, because police are actually trained to look for domestic, but they also should be able to look for animal abuse as well.
I attend events with Juno as her bodyguard, 'cause things can often get chaotic, and make sure she's safe. And I guess you'd say I'm the punch behind the bark. Deb likes to think Juno's actually her dog, but really she's mine. I love her so much. I brought her to school one day and she did awesome as a therapy dog and helping out kids in my classrooms.
Juno is actually a Chihuahua, but she's not your typical Chihuahua because she's more laid back, nothing really bothers her. Some different things about Juno to learn a little bit about Juno. She does think she's a little diva. She actually thinks she's a person. She likes to snack on pizza. She fights with her siblings, that's normal. She drives a little race car when we go to different events, so she's one up on the competition that way. She doesn't really bark. She smiles when she gets her photo taken, but she doesn't really bark. She's primarily pretty laid back. And she just likes peace, so if there's any disruption in the house with barking or anything like that, she'll jump down and growl and then jump back up on the couch. All she wants is peace. She just wants to hang out. She wants to watch her TV shows, which would be Criminal Minds and Bates Motel. She enjoys that. So, but she's not your typical Chihuahua at all. She just thinks she's human. I really don't know why, but if Juno goes out in public, she has to be dressed. It's like she's almost embarrassed to be naked in public. So whenever we get out of the car and there's a bunch of people, she'll start dunking her head down, so I put a sweater or a shirt on her or anything. But once we get back in the car, she just sits up and I pull the outfit off of her and she's fine. But no, she will not go anywhere naked. I think she's just embarrassed.
I met Juno at an event called Pause for a Cure. I had sat down to take a break and gotten lunch. Remembered that I didn't have napkins, got up, went to get the napkin, came back, and there was one slice of pizza missing out of the plate. And I looked over and there was somebody there chowing down on the pizza I had just bought. I think the biggest thing that Juno has done has brought an awareness for compassion, an awareness that all lives matter.
About 3 years ago, we got involved with a nonprofit animal shelter, Sweet Pea Friends of Rutland, and they are a true no-kill shelter, and that's what means the most to us. And that has been near and dear to our hearts, so we try to offer as much assistance to them as we can. And we know that when you go to Sweet Pea, it doesn't matter if you're young or old, human or animal, you belong there, and that's really important. They have young volunteers, they have older volunteers, and everybody is equal, and they're just like family, so that's why we're always going to support them. So that's very, very important to us. I honestly don't know where I would be without Juno. She's really changed my life since 2008. She's my best friend in the whole world. She is my 24/7 travel companion. She knows when I'm sad, she knows when I'm angry, you know, she's always been there for me. And I know in me sharing her with the rest of the world that she's made a lot of other people happy as well. And at the end of the day, that's something that really makes me feel good, knowing that just sharing Juno with everyone has changed a lot of people's lives for the better. And I'm truly gifted to be able to have Juno in my life and be able to share her with as many people as we do share her with.